Carifesta. We gather as one, united Caribbean. We join hands in one big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun.
With pride and passion, time for celebration.
Let's show the world boundless creativity. Let's show the world
The beauty of our artistry.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Our roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta. We gather as one, united Caribbean. We join hands in one big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun.
With pride and passion, time for celebration.
Let's show the world boundless creativity. Let's show the world
The beauty of our artistry.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Our roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta. We gather as one, united Caribbean. We join hands in one big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun.
With pride and passion, time for celebration.
Let's show the world boundless creativity. Let's show the world
The beauty of our artistry.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Our roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Our roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta.
A very good morning to you. This is Josanne Leonard welcoming you to what might be, we're not too sure yet, our last edition, or the last longer edition of Carifesta Link Up here on the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. This is where we're linking the region, all the delegations, all the artists, all the speakers, all the visitors, and as quickly as we can grab them, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning, we're grabbing them, pulling them in. And the whole idea is to share with you, Barbados, but with the region and everywhere else, what's going on with the biggest arts and culture festival that this region, CARICOM, produces, and a real celebration of ourselves, but also through it all, the delegates and the artists and people coming in, those coming in for the grand market to ply their trade, you know, all their creative goods and services. They always say they make such great connections, and there are people here with stories that go back, I don't want to say decades, but I will say even decades. So it's my pleasure to say welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the Carifesta Link Up here on the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation's platforms across the board. We're so happy you could join us on a packed program this morning. We've extended it a little bit actually. We're going to Belize, we're going to Martinique, and we're going to Trinidad and Tobago, and we're doing it all here via the technology. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm not going to say who's coming up. First set of guests on the set this morning, very patient. We have the Belize contingent here with us. We have Kim Vasquez, who's the cultural lead, Emilio Pereira to her right, who is an accessory designer, and we have Chico Ramos, who is a music icon. So, you know I have nice bios and so on you that I can read out, but you know what? We will tell them in our questions and answers and conversations who you are. So I'll kick off with you, Kim.
Yes.
You were saying to me you're like the equivalent of the NCF in the National Cultural Foundation.
Yes, we have the National Institute of Culture and History in Belize, and under that institute we have some more institutes, and my institute is the Institute of Creative Arts. So we are the focal point for the performing arts, visual arts, the creative industries. That is our institute, ICA.
But you know, I know that you're also a creative in your own right. I know that you're a playwright, you're a screenwriter, you produce cultural events in Belize. What is that like, sort of combining both worlds?
I love it. I'm passionate about what I see across the region, but also in Belize, the emergence of a lot of cultural festivals. This is the biggest one. But in Belize, we have so many. And I think, you know, each part of our country has a different flavor, has a different cultural vibe. And I just love seeing the way a festival can bring together the music, the food, the dance. So I love producing events locally. I love being involved in theater as well. I like working on concerts. And so sometimes I'm luckily in my job as ICA director, I get to now and then do a little bit of creative work as well, still.
Okay, so I want to bring in the two gentlemen, the two brethren who you brought in with you this morning. I'll go to you first, Chico. Chico is considered, folks, the godfather of Belizean Punta rock music. I hope I got it right.
Yes.
Punta rock music. And I want to tell you a little bit about Chico as he's sitting on the set. His real name, do I say Herman or is it Herman?
Herman.
Okay, so Herman Chico Ramos. And he's been with us. He's one of our iconic persons in the region of Belizean heritage. He has released more than a dozen albums. That's no mean feat. His biggest hit is something called Conch Soup. And I must confess, I know I like conch, I eat conch, but I never hear conch soup. And actually, to his credit, you've sold well over 1 million copies, and you took Punta rock music to the world. So I consider myself somebody who knows and really has been around the cultural sectors in the region for a long time. You know, a long time, like you, my friend. But I've never heard about Punta rock music, so tell us what that is.
It's part of our culture, a Garifuna culture. In the southern part of Belize, we speak Garifuna.
Garifuna.
Yes. And we have our own dance to it, and our language and everything. So that's a part of what Belize have to offer to the world.
So is there like a dialect or language like how we have, like how the Jamaicans have the Jamaican patois? We have our own version of patois in Trinidad and Tobago and across the region. So when you say because it's linked to the First Peoples and their language, the Garifuna, is there a particular language or dialect, or it's just, you know, I'm trying to understand it because I'm a bit ignorant.
It's
A language. So can you say something to me?
Bete Benafi.
Beta Benafi.
Bete Benafi.
And what does that mean?
Good morning.
Okay, Beta Benafi.
Yeah.
And nice to have you. Or I say that in Punta Rock. Nice to have you. Pleased to meet you.
Bete Nehinib.
Okay. This is amazing.
Bete Lu Nehinib.
Okay.
I'm so glad to.
I am so glad to know you. Okay. All right. So, I don't know if we're ready in.
So I have a song they call Ida Beange.
Yes.
Or the Get. That's our Garifuna language. So, how are you? And you will answer, I'm fine. Thank
I'm
you.
fine. That's beautiful. Yeah. I know that our hardworking team behind the scenes there, you know, I would say lastminute.com, I know that they pulled up a video. Yes. I don't know if we have it queued up. If not, in the meantime, do we have it queued up? Yes. So let's take in a little bit of Chico Ramos's music, and it's, I don't know if this one is Kong Soup, but this is Belizean Punta Rock music. Okay, I know. Next thing you know, we getting up and we moving on the set, right? We need to talk anymore. It's really, really very infectious. And to me, it sounds like Zuki and I'm definite soca. It's got all the rhythms in there. Yeah. So tell us about this band that you manage now. Even, you know, after all this time, you're still front and center in sort of the music scene in Belize.
Yeah, I have a band called Sweet Pain.
Sweet Pain.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, whoever has Sweet Pain, boy. Yeah.
Yeah. The music is a lot of whining and.
Well, listen to me. You want to get up and show you was a little whining. No, it's okay. You might lose your mic.
It's a lot of whining. It's a lot of energy.
Right.
And maybe after a concert, you feel all cup and paint.
Oh, okay. So
And,
that's the sweet
So that's
pain.
the sweet pain.
But
yes.
yeah, that's the sweet paint. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have been awarded, and maybe you can very
Yes.
quickly, before we bring in Emilio, who's been sitting so patiently, and not bad manners, Emilio, but you know when you
Yes.
have gravitas in the house, you start there. You all have honored.
Yes, we have honored Chico. We have Niche. We have a Living Legends concert series that we launched a few years back. And so last year, Chico was the focal point of that Living Legends concert series. And Chico has impacted the music industry widely. I mean, he manages Sweet Pain Band, which is his band, but they are so busy with their own bookings that he was able to literally put together another band for Carifesta.
Wow.
And that band is comprised of veterans and young musicians that he is essentially still impacting. So they are from different bands, different initiatives, and they came together under Chico Ramos and friends to be here for Carifesta.
So you actually pulled together, from what Kim is saying,
Yes.
a whole new band
Yes.
Yes.
for
From
Carifesta.
all over. the
From all
country.
around the country of Belize, yes.
For all around the country.
Yes.
And it also, what I like about what you're saying, and Chico, you could speak for yourself, you don't need Kim to speak for you. You've married older and experienced musicians with younger musicians,
Yes.
and those who are more, who are consider themselves more contemporary.
Yes.
Right. One of the musicians, on the keyboard player, he's one of the creator of Kung Fu. And we've been together since 1981.
Wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. So, you know, it's a good lesson too, because we find a lot with the younger musicians who come out, they always talk about they're taking the music of the region to the world,
Right.
without necessarily understanding the
The
music,
legacy,
the
yes,
legacy,
yes.
and on whose shoulders they stand, and the fact that people have been doing it. Talking about selling 1 million albums, I don't care how many, how many young artists there out there now coming out, can't sell 1,000 albums or whatever it is. I mean, now of course it's the world of streams and Spotify and all of those things, but that's absolutely amazing. You'll give me a little wine though before we go, but I really have to go and talk to your fellow Belizean here a little bit, right? You'll excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you won't give me a little wine, right? Okay, good. Emilio,
Yes, ma'am.
we're so happy that you could join us as well, and you've been so very, very patient. And all this lovely craft that's on our little coffee table here on the set is a small part of what you part of your collection as an artist and a designer, and of course being an entrepreneur in the area of craft. I mean, what exactly, because I know craft could be quite broad. I'm not going to pretend that everybody thinks craft is little wooden carvings or little beads or whatever it is. So tell us exactly what is it that you do.
Oh, I'm a multidisciplinary artisan based in Belize City, and our studio is like a creative hub where we're trying to elevate the local and the traditional crafts. We have pieces like the Jippy Japa here.
What is
that-
the Jippy Japa?
This is a Jippy Japa. It's a fiber. It's considered probably like a heritage craft. It's done by the indigenous Mayas in the southern Belize. They usually make it for like baskets with put tortillas, to warm tortillas. So what I did is trying to like redesign it, where we start making like more contemporary designs, like the handbags. And
so it's
just-
usable art.
It's usable art,
Yeah.
yes. And so I do mostly accessories because it's the easier and the much more.
And you can monetize it.
I can monetize it, yes.
Yeah.
So we work with a group of communities. We work with sculptors. We work with wood artisans, carvers, weavers. We work with in different aspects like these. These are
Yeah,
also
take it
the
up.
local.
It's fine. The camera will pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah, these are from the Mayas. The Mayas, this is their traditional weaving, embroidery work that they put into their clothing. So what I do is, like, from our studio, is just combining all of these materials from across the country and putting it into one design.
I noticed there in reading up very quickly in the notes is that you've touched on it, indigenous craftsmanship and using materials that are sourced from the Belizean jungle. Would you consider then what you're doing as part of sustainable that aspect of the fashion and design sector?
Our vision is to be, the greater vision was to be the most sustainable luxury brand in the world. And with that, we try to check off all the different, in the list, which is like, we do everything by hand in our workshop. We don't use any electricity. Everything is sewn by hand. We put most thing on handmade. We try to put everything with hand. So we focus on keying in all our artisans in the way that they use their hands, whether it's like in carving, in the making of the seeds, in the weaving, in the making of the baskets. And one of the things that I learned herself is that like it's a dying art craft, the jipe japa. The younger generation does, because it's a very tedious work. You know, you grow the jipe japa, you have to dry it, boil it, then you start like putting it apart, and then you start weaving these baskets. So it's a very elaborate project. So like now with these, when I go back to the villages and I show them what are the potential of like seeing this, like they get very motivated. So the women that I work with now, they have over 30 years experience, and now their children seeing it, they're coming in and they're very excited to see the products and the pictures how we sell it, you know, how we market it is a different point of view, because they're normally making like coasters and baskets that traditional that they're often been used to doing, and now I'm trying to like take it into a different aspect, because I start doing furnitures with it as well, wall art, chandeliers, just incorporating it into as many different designs as possible.
How much of your stuff, because I mean everybody bemoans the same thing, moving around the region and then obviously bringing stuff in, shipping stuff in, freighting it in, whatever it is. How much of your craft were you able to bring in with you?
I brought an entire collection.
I mean, and even furniture?
No, just the handbags.
Oh, just
I brought an
handbags,
entire collection of handbags. I mean, it's all made to order. We work on a made to order basis, so it's part of the sustainability as well. So it's made for you, and size customization, and we try to incorporate. We have a catalog, and then people will just like pick what they like, from the different materials that we offer.
Okay, so because I didn't know about this and all like that, and you're only doing the customized things and by orders, I couldn't put in an order, but I hope I'm able to get something this is absolutely amazing, and certainly the things that will complement fashion. But when I say fashion, our everyday usage, and when you think, I love that brown.
Yeah, this one is one of our most like popular.
Oh, that is
it's
lovely.
made from coconut. And
that's coconut?
This is coconut.
Coconut shells. Yes.
Coconut shells, and this is the super seed. It's a seed found in our jungles. It's one of the hardest materials in the jungles.
Right. So, but you don't really have to, very quickly, you don't really have to do any damage in the forest. You're actually...
No. Well, the coconut, we pick it up from the ground, and the seeds are picked from the ground as well.
Wonderful.
And the jipe japa, and that's the beauty of the jipe japa, we use the growing sprouts, so we don't kill the plant. We just take the sprouts, the young sprouts that are coming in, and the jipe japa just replenishes over and over.
Kim, this is lovely stuff, and I hope that, I'm sure that you're documenting it.
Yeah.
And we need to have some of that we can really share around the region. This is amazing. This is beautiful. And I like like how people like to wear their I don't want to call any particular brand outside, but you know what I mean, right? But this is lovely.
Yes.
You could say, I have an Emilio Pereira.
And everything is done by hand.
Definitely,
we don't have any,
yes.
we don't use no machinery in our studio. Everything is done by hand.
This is
the human. We try to incorporate as many hands as possible. For us, the bottom line is as many hands as possible into the product.
There's an entire story, an entire community, and that's what we love about Emilio's work. It's value added, yes, but it's a community behind it.
Great. So you're going to have to share that material and that information, and then we will just encourage everyone who's looking on this morning. We've been talking with the Belizean delegation. You see how closely I'm holding this to my chest. We've been speaking with Kim Vasquez, who is leading the delegation here from our sister CARICOM country, Belize. We always sometimes talk about the islands, and we forget that. I keep reminding even people here, Belize, Suriname, Guyana, they're all part of the mainland, and big landmass, not our little 116 square miles or whatever it is, the little islands, and it's absolutely amazing, the culture. So Kim, Chico, I know you're going to get up on a little whiner. Maybe they have the video queued up again, and Emilio, we're going to encourage you to check the schedule and go to the Grand Market at Waterford. Go and sample, go see, go figure it out, touch, feel, and then make sure you walk with your cash. They're going to have machines and everything there. Go and purchase. This, folks, for those ladies of you who are really high fashion, you know how you wear your DC and your Gucci and the rest of it. This is absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful piece of craft. Thank you all for coming in this morning on the Carifesta Link Up. And we'll be seeing you. We'll come back and talk on the set, but We're going to be in the Grand Market, yeah?
Fantastic.
Now, I don't know if you could get up on a little wine intro. Eh? This is the link up. This is the link up. And yeah, we could probably go out with a little bit of music. And Chico, let me see that wine now with the sweeping. They say you could get up and do it now, no problem.
He has his own
Listen, the music. Listen, put up the conch music, the conch soup or whatever it is that we have there, and stand up and show me what is this sweeping. This particular. No. You can't do that. There you go. Where's the music? He can't do it.
Rock it.
On Friday, August 22nd, all roads lead to Queen's Park for the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the vibrant parade of nations from Golden Square Freedom Park. Then the energy turns all the way up at 5 p.m. in Queen's Park. Over 300 still walkers, dancers, drummers, aerialists, a full theatrical production, and a live orchestra will transform the space into a cultural spectacle. Come out and experience live performances from Artisan, Mahalia, Mikey, Adrian Clark, Wes Wallace, Nikita, and more. This is more than a show. It's a moment for the region. Admission is free. Don't miss it. Carifesta 15, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. On Friday, August 22nd, Queen's Park is the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony.
We gather as one, united Caribbean. We join hands in one big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun.
With pride and passion, time for celebration.
Let's show the world boundless creativity. Let's show the world
The beauty of our artistry.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Carifesta. Carifesta.
Barbados.
Carifesta.
Mark your calendars. On Friday, August 22nd, all roads lead to Queen's Park for the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the vibrant parade of nations from Golden Square Freedom Park. Then the energy turns all the way up at 5 p.m. in Queen's Park. Over 300 still walkers, dancers, drummers, aerialists, a full theatrical production, and a live orchestra will transform the space into a cultural spectacle. Come out and experience live performances from Artisan, Mahalia, Mikey, Adrian Clark, Wes Wallace, Nikita, and more. This is more than a show. It's a moment for the region. Admission is free. Don't miss it. Carifesta 15, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. On Friday, August 22nd, Queen's Park is the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony.
Hi everyone, my name is Paige Garnett, Creative Director and founder of Zanasia Ceramics Candles Craft, and I'm excited to let you know that we will be representing our country, Jamaica, at this year's staging of Carifesta XV in Barbados. You guys can expect good vibes, authentic stuff, authentic products, authenticity from me. Of course, it's my first time ever attending Carifesta, much less visiting Barbados. So, of course, it is really intriguing for me to know what it's like to experience the culture there and to see what's in store for the event. When you see Zanasia, it speaks for itself, especially with our signature collection candles, which is a Jamaican-inspired line of scented candles. So in this, of course, we have our world-renowned Blue Mountain Brewed coffee candle. We have the Lemon Fever and the Reggae Medley, which is a triple-layered, triple-scented candle, which gives the appearance of the reggae colors and the vibrance here in Jamaica. And not to mention or highlight cannabis-infused scented candle. Marijuana plays a big part of our industry here as well. So we had to bring that out as well to represent. We started out as a cottage industry. We started from home. And ever since then, we've had multiple opportunities to be a part of trade shows that were put on by the Tourism Enhancement Fund here in Jamaica, otherwise known as TEF, which we are also now a part of one of their newest attraction here in Jamaica, the Artisan Village at Falmouth, where we have a shop there where we teach you how to make your own candles, which this session lasts for 30 minutes. So you're able to leave with the product that you make, right? And you have the opportunity to also purchase or handmade aromatherapy items and other craft items that we have available. So I think it is very important to be a part of experiences like this. Of course, it offers great insight on different cultural backgrounds, as well as the opportunity to network and expand your brand and make persons in the diaspora and the region at large culturally aware of your product and what your brand has to offer. We're looking forward to hosting you, so see you soon.
Barbados.
Carifesta.
Okay, welcome back. Well, I should say not welcome back because we've been on. We didn't really go anywhere. But of course, with the set change, the Belizean delegation coming off. Next up, we have, actually that was one of the artists, one of the persons coming in from Jamaica. And she's going to be at the Grand Market, as will be Emilio from the Belizean delegation and a whole host of other people. But now I'd like to welcome on the set of the Carifesta Link Up this morning from the beautiful French-speaking territory of Martinique. I'd like to welcome Madame Marie-Ange Ravet, who leads the Martinican delegation, which is going to be composed of artists, musicians, dancers, and cultural associations. We'll talk a little bit with her about that. And with her is Dominique Pompey, who is the mobility officer for cultural and sports affairs in the territorial diplomacy department. So I just want to say thank you. I'm so happy, Madame Ravet,
Me too.
that at 1 o'clock or whatever time this morning, you said yes, Dominique, because we just wanted to say, wow, Martinique is on the ground. We got to get them in on the program this morning before we kick off Carifesta. So thank you so much.
So I thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
So I know that my French is very limited and your English is
It's
better
very
than my
limited
French.
too.
But I'm sure it's better than my French. So I don't want to, I don't want to engage you too much, because of the language, but we could even use Dominique if we need a real-time translator.
Right.
What is it like? Is this your first time to Barbados?
Non, j'ai eu l'occasion de venir en croisière. On va passer des journées.
She already came on a cruise ship,
Oui.
but a long time ago.
Yes. To défendre la musique traditionnelle sur les bateaux.
He was to defend our heritage, our culture, music
On
the ship.
Yes.
So a little bit about what Madame Revere is overseeing in the territorial department, the collectivity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Territorial collectivity of the Martinique.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Vice-présidente of Commission Culture, Art and Patrimoine.
Okay, she's the vice president of culture, heritage, and culture of the diplomacy territorial of Martinique. Yes.
Great.
So I am very, very glad, very happy to represent our president of collectivity territorial of Martinique, Mr. Serge Letchimy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be here.
Yeah, glad to be here and glad to have you as well. And it's such a wonderful time, Carifesta, when we celebrate the entire region in a way sometimes that we don't otherwise.
C'est qu'elle est représentée par Carifesta, donc toute la région Caraïbe.
Oui.
Et elle est contente que la Martinique se représente.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For you too.
So what is Madame Rave comfortable in telling us about her visit here? In English, if you can.
Ouais. Qu'est-ce que tu peux nous dire à sujet de ta visite ici pour représenter la Martinique à Carifesta? Tu peux le faire en anglais ou en français comme tu veux.
Je suis vraiment... I'm very, very, very happy to be here for the festival, Carifesta. Very happy to be here. 15th edition?
Oui.
15th edition.
15, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Very happy.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu comptes faire? Comment tu comptes présenter la Martinique?
Et à travers, avec les 3 groupes qui sont avec nous.
Oui, the 3 artists that we have, the 3 topics that we have, fashion, music,
dance,
and dance.
Music.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll be able to represent Martinique.
How big is the delegation?
18 people.
Le 25.
Combien non la délégation? Combien de personnes il y a? Je lui ai dit
On est
18.
combien? 18. Okay.
18.
18. Okay, well, I know that when you're traveling with Madame Revere all around,
Yes.
it speaks to us learning to speak our languages in the region that we use. I hope that by the next time you and I have an encounter outside of this Carifesta, that my French will be much more improved, and that your English as well, and that we will converse in each other's language, in our native. Yeah, sorry.
Une prochaine fois, que tu seras capable de effectivement parler en anglais ou qu'elle puisse te parler en français.
Oui, I hope.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup.
Welcome.
Okay, so we're gonna say au revoir. Au revoir
Yes.
to Madame Rave.
Okay.
Just a little bit, and just stay on for a few more minutes with Dominique. And in the offing we have from Trinidad and Tobago. We've been talking about them all week, and they're finally here. We have a representative delegation for the 10-to-1 musical production that's going to be at the Frank Collymore Theatre Hall, which is the 10-to-1 production. So we'll take in a little bit of that, and then when we come back, we'll just talk for a few more minutes with Dominique, and but maybe we can start.
Yes.
Yeah, Dominique, Madame.
Yeah, she can
how you say permission?
Je peux.
Je peux? Okay. So Dominique, very quickly,
Yes.
we have a couple of minutes.
Yes.
It's not that you just brought the delegation to Carifesta. There's some things that you want to accomplish while here on the ground.
Yes,
in
as I
Barbados.
said, we try to defend and try to collaborate and do a better cooperation, because before we used to be engaged with the Caribbean cooperation, but it's been hard because of the flying connection issues. But now we have now the connection are back. So we want really to defend our cooperation with Barbados. It will go with education, as I was saying, mobility. We would like some students, for example, learning French in Barbados to be going there. We have also some students from Martinique who is learning English, able to come and exchange, and collaborate and cooperate. So
Well, I'm sure that, through the official circles, you're going to be making headway in terms of meeting maybe with the Prime Minister's office, with education,
Yes.
Minister Blackman,
Yes.
through the Minister in the Ministry of Culture, Chantal Monroe Knight. I'm sure those things will be lined up for you, and I hope that is really going to yield some
Thank you very
real
much.
good
Appreciate
results.
it.
But as you mentioned youth, I was telling you, and because we're in all these different groups, so you would have seen some exchanges. PM Motley, actually, it came out of her head in a meeting, and she said, I want to bring young people into Carifesta. And within a couple of weeks, Dr. Nigel Taylor and a group of which I'm a part, we brought in, they're close to 300, what we would call 5th form and 6th form students on the ground, arriving. Some arrived last night from St. Lucia, where they speak a bit of
English?
no, speak a bit of French. They
Okay.
patois.
Yeah, the Creole.
Creole, sorry, I said patois. We say patois in Trinidad. And they're here for like a jamboree. where they will live together, work, and go and be immersed in Carifesta?
C'est ce que je t'expliquais, en fait, qu'on va avoir 300 étudiants
qui
de
vont
toute la Caraïbe
okay.
et qui vont pouvoir se réunir à la Barbade. I was translated for it.
So I'm hoping that maybe I can intervene and suggest that maybe
Of
if
course.
Madame Rave is around,
No,
and
Madame Rave is okay.
she would love to come and meet the students tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Yes,
so
yes.
I want to thank you both.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Reve. Merci beaucoup. And Dominic, thank you so much
No problem.
for just rising to the occasion.
Okay.
This is how we do it in the region. We do it better, more connected. I just saw the head of TV come in, and she's actually really, Tisha Hines, she's really big on pushing out all of this content. And so maybe even before you leave here, you can give her some dial-ups
No problem.
for the content, all the
Okay.
content that's coming out
Okay.
of Carifesta,
Okay.
which is a great way
All right. Thank you
for
for
us
the
to
opportunity.
amplify
Of
this
course,
cultural
of course.
cooperation
We'll
that
do
we're
that.
talking about. So
Yeah.
thank you both
No
so
problem.
much. Madame Revere, merci. And maybe tomorrow we will see you.
Of course.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Remember,
Dominic.
it's one Caribbean.
One
no matter
Caribbean.
What.
One Caribbean. 5 on that. And listen, Chico just went out there on a wine. So we actually have 10 to 1 coming up.
Okay.
And in order for you to get offset, we're gonna play a little bit of that 10 to 1 video.
Okay.
So maybe you could go out on a bit of a wine too. 10 to 1.
Well, they play beats. Why they run for police? Then criminal attack me outside the Mirama. Way down Henry Street by SC and Walker. About 10 in the night on the 5th of October. They say how I pushed the girl from Grenada. I said the leader of the gang was hot like a pepper.
Mark your calendars. On Friday, August 22nd, all roads lead to Queen's Park for the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the vibrant parade of nations from Golden Square Freedom Park. Then the energy turns all the way up at 5 p.m. in Queen's Park. Over 300 still walkers, dancers, drummers, aerialists, a full theatrical production, and a live orchestra will transform the space into a cultural spectacle. Come out and experience live performances from Alison Hines, Mahalia, Mikey, Adrian Clark, Wesley Wallace, Nikita, and more. This is more than a show. It's a moment for the region. Admission is free. Don't miss it. Carifesta 15, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. On Friday, August 22nd, Queen's Park is the Carifesta 15 opening ceremony.
Welcome back. You're on the set of Carifesta Link Up, and I don't even know if to say this is the penultimate stretch, because the opening of Carifesta, if you ain't get that zeppy yet, as we say in Trinidad, the opening of Carifesta 15, the 15th edition of Carifesta, the third for the beautiful country of Barbados in the Eastern Caribbean, is happening tomorrow. So you're out of time, is like just, get your walking shoes, your comfortable shoes, whatever going on, because we start tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but that's happening starting in Bridgetown tomorrow, on the streets of Bridgetown into Queen's Park for the official opening ceremony, and then a big super concert coming after that. But, and it's no bias, but we got 2 Trinis on the set. Everybody on the set this week has been anybody but Trini. So they can't say that is any kind of bias, right? But I am so happy to welcome Chuck Roderick Gordon, however, whatever the order is, Calypsonian cultural figure in Trinidad and Tobago and the region. And sitting next to him is Marvin Newton, a creative in her own right. She tell me to ask her no hard questions, but you know that she's not going to get away. And actually, Marva used to work in our Ministry of Culture in Trinidad.
That is correct.
So this is
For
Marva
short
Newton.
time.
And actually, they've been invited by the host country Barbados to be one of the big productions like Mansa Musa, like Dare Cafe. And so this is a musical production. And it's a tribute to the Mighty Sparrow. And I've been saying it all week. And in fact, Tisha Hines is saying, oh God, you're going and sing 10 to 1 is murder. I said, well, I can't remember the whole song.
Well, all right.
But Chuck, good morning.
Anytime you ask us to sing, you have to sing a line or two.
But you know how long I want to do backing vocals?
The opportunity is here right now.
So, folks, meet Chuck and Marva, part of the cast.
Good morning.
Morning, Barbados.
Everybody. It's good to be here.
Yeah,
Carifesta people.
It's the
Right.
vibes.
Right. So, you know, I want to talk a little bit about Chuck and your trajectory as an artist.
Yes.
And you know you're one of my favorite people.
I didn't
You
know
didn't know that?
Thank you very much.
But why are you thinking my phone? You thinking my phone for joke?
Give thanks.
No, but seriously,
I'm
Chuck,
humbled,
I mean,
yes.
and staying in the lane, as they say, of Calypso when you could have gone anywhere else.
Right. Yes. You know, I started at the young age of 8 at the Newtown Boys Primary School back in Trinidad and Tobago. My uncle was a primary influence. He went by the name of Penguin, former Calypso monarch and road march winner. He's the father of my cousin, Christian Joseph, wonderful vocalist who's also in the play.
He's in the play?
Yes,
I didn't even know that.
is Lord Melody.
Lord Melody.
Oh my days! Well,
So,
oh good.
so we have a nice little exchange in the production,
Right.
as it were with actually Sparrow and Melody back in the day. So Penguin was a major influence. So I went through the ranks from junior Calypso to senior Calypso. Started off in the 10th, winning the Calypso monarch quite early in my career, and here I am continuing to ply my trade, both as a practicing calypsonian, but also as a theatre practitioner, a aspect of which I enjoy thoroughly.
I mean, before I go to Marva, you talk. I mean, because there was so much in the music and in the Calypso, which is the mother of the music of the region in many respects.
Yes.
I was saying that to a colleague from Jamaica, and she said, well, I don't think so, you know. I say, yes. I say, first there was Calypso and then there was Mento. And all they didn't know about Lord Christo in Jamaica, all they thought he was Jamaican. And all they didn't know about Linty, you know, who is a father in Ska.
Carry the strum across.
But it's all influences.
It's all
that
influences,
make it,
exactly.
you know?
But sometimes we get a little territorial and a little parochial, you know what I mean? But you know, I forget what I was going to ask you, Marva. But I was going to ask you about the whole production, because I want to come back to, you know, we could talk here for the whole day, but about the production itself and your work in terms of being the musical director.
Right, it's been a phenomenal experience. We ran in June at the Central Bank Auditorium back home, and an amazing cast of people who put in the work, and Chuck could, you know, attest to that. And also an amazing bunch of musicians to interpret this music. This is the Mighty Sparrow. And back in the day, people like Ron Barrage and Rupert Nurse did his music. So there's this gentleman, Sylvester, who did the transcripts, because at Canberra we like to keep it like the original, keep it as authentic as possible. And, you know, getting the cast to learn the songs, you know, play a bit of Kaiso coach, but they know their stuff. And it's been wonderful then. So we have come here now working with 5 amazing Barbadians who have joined us and are gelling. Bajans, I beg your pardon. 5, you know, I mean, I don't know surnames, but I just want to hail them out. Tamika and Tony, Kenya, Tiffany, Marsha. They've been working very hard. But Louis, our director, Louis McWilliams, we've been working with them virtually, but now we're all here. We are the Frank Collymore, and we are gelling, and we're going to put on a bumper show on Sunday.
Well, I want to, you know, we're going to come back to the production and even a bit of a sneak peek. Cambole Productions, because we must give the praise to Roll Gibbons, and his team, Louis McWilliams. Let's talk a little bit about Cambole, because we don't, the idea of theatre arts groups and groups surviving in our environment is really a challenge. Carifesta brings them to the fore, but then when you go back, it's always, you know, how do you keep things going? How do you keep things going? So a little bit about Cambule, because you've been working with Roll, not just on this production alone.
Yes, Cambule, I believe, has been around for more than 30 years. And to survive, as you said, in this industry, by doing work that is important, work that matters, work that truly, you know, puts that, you know, spotlight on our people, on our stories, and authentically so. So kudos to Roll Gibbons, and I have to mention Roland, his daughter as well,
Roland,
who's now on board and taking over.
So she's taking over his role in a kind of way. I don't know how. That's real big shoes to fill, though.
but she
has a body of work to carry on.
Yeah.
And you know what I enjoy about Canbule's work? This is my, this is the third incarnation of Roll's trilogy, of which I've been a part of all three. And it's how you get to learn through the Calypso how he has been able to document the history and the social and political changes over time. And that really resonates through the Calypso. So I find it's beautiful work.
I think when there is that intentionality and when there is a love for what we have and that desire for people to learn more and to spotlight it and to make, you know, these figures the central people so that we remember, because we have a problem with amnesia. Culturally, we, you know, there's a bit of amnesia there. So we need to put people like Sparrow and Spoiler.
And Latilla and Lion and these
all
people
of them
in the initial instance.
Center those stories.
So somebody who's looking on this morning and thinking, well, I know Sparrow. Everybody knows the name Mighty Sparrow, whether they like Calypso or not. What can we tell them about this, the sort of the storyline, the plot of 10 to 1?
Well, I mean, it's when he just emerged as a Calypsonian. I mean, the first major foray was in 1956 with the correct
guitar time. No, serious.
You get in there. The story is important.
No. I just was saying yes. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let the people know the plot.
I mean, and immediately he came on the scene and he was, you know, seen as this. How should I put it? Somebody who a trailblazer.
Somebody, you know,
and he wanted to affect this space to the extent that from winning, he found that the treatment of the Calypsonian wasn't up to standard, and immediately following that period, he proceeded to boycott the Calypso monarch.
Yes.
Such was his confidence in himself. So he essentially proceeded to professionalize Calypso, and from then onward, he dominated the space, becoming the Calypso king of the world. So, I mean, that is how the story starts, but it also parallels the social and political changes from the pre-independence to post-independence period in Trinidad and Tobago, leading up to Black Power. And Sparrow's influence is really parallels that period.
And because of that, Dr. Eric Williams is also featured.
Oh, he's featured in
the play in parts, because, you know, the rise of Dr. Williams and the new party, as he said, the changeover from the former administration to this new independent nation, it's paralleled with Sparrow's rise as well. So it's all documented there, and it's fun. It's a lot of kaiso, great acting. You know, so many names on the cast. It's so double. You don't want to leave out any names.
We have featured heavily in the play as well.
Oh yes.
Well, there was always that, because after he lost Melody, you know, it was then his new muse became Kitchener, and then we grew up in that time, at least my generation. Grew up in that time where Sparrow is Kitchener, Sparrow is Kitchener, Sparrow is Kitchener, you know. So that is all part of the play as well.
So you're getting a bit of everything. It's acting, it's singing, it's dancing. I want to say a special good morning to our choreographer, Joanna Charles. On the inside, she's been working really hard with all of us, you know, all of the cast, to get them moving.
So it's time to take our strum.
Yes, I think so.
So we go with our Sparrow.
Well, the girls in town feeling bad. No more Yankees in Trinidad. They're going to close down the base for good. Them girl love to make out how they could. Hey, brother, it's now the pack up in town. In for a penny and in for a pound. Believe me, it's competition for soap. A trouble in it when the price drop close. So when you meet me, Gina and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina. Boy, you're round the corner posing. Bet your life is something they're selling. And if you catch them broken, you could get them all for nothing. Don't make a row. Yankees gonna Carifesta, we link up now.
Carifesta, we link up now.
Glamour boys again. We are going to rule Port of Spain. No more Yankees to spoil the fete. But Josephine go have to take what she get. All of them who used to make style only taking 2 shillings with a smile. No more hotel or Simmons. Nobody sweat up thy brow. Now shall eat bread, mama. You is Gina and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina. Oh, yeah.
On the corner posing. That your life is something they're selling.
And if you catch them broken, you can get them all for nothing. Don't make a row. Yankees gone and Sparrow take over now. Yankees gone and is it the Yankees gone and?
Yes.
Yeah, man. 10 to 1, Frank Collymore Hall.
10 to 1. We have a
Sunday.
couple more minutes, so we can get another one in. But we really have to encourage people to let us reiterate where we could catch 10 to 1. So you're doing 2 performances this weekend?
2 performances at the Frank Collymore Hall. In where is that? But you
It's close to the Central Bank of Barbados, correct?
It's close to the money.
Close to the money.
Frank Collymore Hall, 1 p.m. That's on Sunday, and at 7 p.m.
2 shows back to back.
Okay.
2 shows back to back.
Yes. I believe you can check carifesta.net for tickets.
Yeah.
And tickets are
$50,
50. Yeah, the 50.
Oh, this is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So we have a couple minutes. Melody is in there. You can give us a little verse of a melody, but we had to go out on our kitchen. I mean, I know. Happy birthday, Mighty Sparrow. Happy birthday, Slinger Francisco. July. A little melody because melody is in the thing too. No?
Mama, yes, you could go
Just
through.
a bit.
Yeah, let me hear. I wonder why nobody don't like me. It is the fact that I'm ugly. I wonder why nobody don't like me. Is it the fact that I'm ugly? I leave me old house and go. The children do I mean no more. They call me black and white and ting.
They shout, they start to sing.
Mama look up boo boo.
They shout.
The mother tell them shut up their mouths. That is your daddy.
Oh no.
My daddy can't be happy, so shut your mouth, go away. Mama look a boo boo day. Shut your mouth, go away. Mama look a boo boo day. Shut your mouth, go away. Mama
Lord
No,
Melody.
I know a lot of people will sing, but that's Harry Belafonte song. That's what they're going to say. You know what I mean?
all of that is interwoven into the storyline.
Yes,
Yeah.
We've got a Belafonte character.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow! Look, my clipboard nearly fell.
You have to give Roll his respects.
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Gibbons his respects.
Yeah, for sure.
Putting it all together, thinking about all the, the things that impacted,
Yep.
at that time.
Yeah.
That turned into our story.
And that's the power of culture. More than any political speech that you could make,
Absolutely.
any academic conference that you can
Exactly.
have, this is really what captures us, tells our stories, mirrors us, and actually engages and make we cuss one another and thing too. And then
We come back and sing.
And then we come back
We
and
might even
sing,
have a beer.
which is really the thing that Carifesta brings to the fore. And I just feel so wonderful that this is really what we're about.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes. Let me go out on
road.
kitchen now. The road.
I hear how they planning for carnival coming.
Ding, ding, ding.
I hear how they planning for carnival coming. They say they gonna beat people and they don't care about trouble, but tell them don't bother with me. It's a different thing, 1963, because the road make the walk on Carnival Day. Constable, I don't want to talk, but I have to say,
Boom, 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 boom.
when he's still bad man, only venture to break his part. It's a long funeral from the Royal Hospital.
you'd make the world.
Cause the bullet don't
Want to talk what I have to say.
any steel pan man only venture to break this pan is a love
Funeral from the Royal Hospital.
And on that beautiful strum, and she could keep strumming. This is Marvin Nugent, who is a fantastic musician. She has her own band. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her about that.
All good.
Chuck, Marva, so lovely to have you on the set this morning. I'm sure everyone looking on knows that this is one of the productions like many that you want to catch, but this one is so authentically Caribbean, as are many others. 10 to 1 at the Frank Collymore Hall. Check carifesta.net for your tickets. Remember that the grand opening of Carifesta 15 takes place in Bridgetown, Barbados tomorrow. The ads have been running. Come out however you want to come out. Come out in your fancy dandan, come out in your rubber slippers, however you want to come out. It's a celebration of us, a celebration of ourselves, folks. Thanks again. I want to say thanks to the crew, all the guests that we had on this morning, Chuck and Marva, Madame Revere and Dominique, and the Belizean delegation. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Peace out.
well I back continually fall in the gutter
10 to 1 is murder.
when down Henry Street by Etsy and walk on
10 to 1 is murder.
oh, well the leader of the gang was a hot like a pepper
10 to 1 is murder.
and every man in the gang had a white and a razor
10 to 1 is murder. 10 to 1 is murder. 10 to 1 is murder. 10 to 1 is murder.
Carifesta Barbados. Carifesta.